Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for March the 22nd. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, followed by one card for each sign, and we'll look at how those energies blend together. I think we had our overall energy right there on the bottom of the deck as it was. Five of Wands coming up in reverse. We're going to call that the overall today. So, Five of Wands in reverse just means that if we're in a competitive type situation, then nobody holds a candle to us. There's nobody that can compete with us. It can also be about this idea of hitting burnout sometimes too with that Five of Wands in reverse. We're going to have to see how it plays out for everybody as we go through the zodiac, starting with, as usual, Aries. Okay, so Aries, boy, the moon card 3 days in a row is showing up. This is a popular card right now. Moon card, moon card, moon card, Aries. Aries, I think the truth is coming out that you're not feeling like you've got a whole lot of energy right now. You're feeling a little bit like, like you're burnt out right now, and the truth is coming out. It's not something you can cover up at this point. At one point in my life, way back, way, way, way back, I used to run an ice cream truck, and I ran that ice cream truck for 3 years. And I can tell you that in the summertime, when the kids were out of school and I was running around for like 13 hours a day, or at least it seemed like it, 13 hours a day, selling ice cream, ringing the bell, making a lot of noise, being Santa Claus in the summertime, I would do that for a while, day after day after day, without a day off. Because if you took a day off, you were wasting some of your earning season. And so there would be times when I would run for 8 weeks straight and just not take a break. And then there would come one day that I just could not get out of bed. Nothing could have convinced me to get out of bed except maybe a fire alarm. And I would lay abed until 6 o'clock in the evening. And then at 6 o'clock, I would usually go outside to the backyard and sit in a chair with my feet in the grass and just ground and go to bed at a normal hour and get up the next day and start the whole cycle all over again. So I burned out. I just had burnout. There was no more going forward. That's what this energy reminds me of for you, Aries, that you have been going and 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 going. And now you have a day where you're just like, I can't pretend that I can go like this today. Not going. The truth is coming out. I'm burnt out. This is probably a day when you're taking a breath, getting a little bit of a ease fit into your schedule, whether you planned it or not. Okay. Next up, let's look at Taurus. So, Taurus, you guys have the High Priestess showing up in reverse. High Priestess showing up in reverse. For me, with this combined with the overall energy, I think that I think that you've been in some kind of competitive situation. I think that you are far and ahead the leader out of all the competition. And I think that you don't understand that. I just think that you do what you do and you take pride in it and you do it well. And you don't understand why everybody else isn't more competition to you than they are. It's interesting. It's interesting. This is very much an energy that reminds me of when I first got out of the military and I realized that people like to hire ex-military. And I couldn't understand it because I thought, well, I don't have training in this career field. I don't have training for this or that or the other. But they loved hiring military. And they love hiring military because military shows up. Whether they feel good or they don't feel good or whatever, military is there. It took me a long time to figure out that that was the big thing. I couldn't believe that the standards were so low. And this is how this comes across for me with you guys, there's some kind of competitive situation where nobody holds a candle to you, and you don't even get like, why am I so much better than anybody else? You just don't get it. That's where the confusion is coming in with that High Priestess in reverse. How come I'm the leader this easily? How did that happen? It's a good problem to have, okay? All right. Excuse me. Next up, we're looking at Gemini. Well, we're familiar with this card from yesterday, aren't we? I like it when it comes in reverse. Once the tower turns upside down, I mean, can't get my words straight. Once the tower comes in upside down, it talks about this idea of having something in the past that suddenly and unexpectedly got removed from our sphere of influence. And now we're recovering from that and we're finding something to replace whatever that was removed. And what we're finding is the replacement is actually better than what was originally there. So we really, really, really like this. So this is recovering, this is thriving. And then when we look at this overall energy, what is happening with this? I really think, who am I talking to again? Gemini. I really think that your tower crisis might have had to do with your energy level or your health. And I think that you're finding some things that are the solution to that for quite a few of you. With that Five of Wands in reverse, this could have to do with your energy level. Maybe your energy level was really down. Maybe you were burnt out, kind of like Aries, but definitely not having any energy. And this talks about recovering, figuring out a way to create that energy. So maybe you were propping yourself up on energy drinks, and maybe now you found something better, like healthy food. Like not the energy drink that I'm sipping on while I make this video, but something that's healthy food. Okay. So next, let's look at Cancer. Cancer, Five of Wands on the overall with the King of Wands. Boop ba da doo doo doo. Cancers, I'm going to say, I think you've been pushing pretty hard. Getting things accomplished, taking care of those things that are important to you. With that Five of Wands in reverse, I think that, you're hitting that burnout point. You're just getting tired. This is a day to rejuvenate. Maybe go to the hot springs or go for a hike or whatever your hobby is. If it's golfing, whatever it is that makes you feel alive again, this is the day for that. Okay. So that was Cancer. Yep. Next up, let's look at Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo. Seven of Cups showing up here for Leo. What do we have here? Seven of Cups. Leos, I really think that you're dealing with a burnout situation as well. And I think that what's going on right now is you're not going to do whatever it is that you have been doing that you're burnt out from. That's not happening today. Or if it is, maybe for like 20 minutes, because you have to. You feel obligated. But other than that, no. And with the Seven of Cups here, I think you've got a lot of options, a lot of other things that you could be doing with your time to help rejuvenate yourself. And the trick here is you don't want to get stuck just considering all these wonderful things you could do. You want to pick one and go out and do it so that you can start to be rejuvenated and feel better. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Five of Pentacles coming up in reverse for Virgo. Bloop ba da doo 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 bloop ba da da. Virgos, I think you really haven't felt like being around people lately. And it looks to me like you're ready to come out and socialize today. You're getting past that, just leave me alone. Let me be by myself and do my own thing. You're ready to come out and socialize and do fun things with other people and have those interesting conversations and meet those interesting people. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Okay, Libra's Ace of Swords showing up in reverse. Libras, I think you've got somebody in your sphere of influence basically who's hitting burnout, and I think you're giving them some good ideas or advice. For some of you, you may be telling them, hey, take the day off, go do something. You don't have to go home, but don't stay here, you know. But for others of you, you may just be giving people advice on, how to rejuvenate, giving them ideas about how to bring their energy level back up. Next up is Scorpio. This will be interesting. Six of Wands showing up in reverse. Scorpios. This talks about the idea that we're feeling burnt out, and yet when we turn around and look, we can't see what we've accomplished. We're not appreciating ourselves and everything that we're doing. So this is a good day to really take a more logical look at what we have actually accomplished and start to appreciate ourselves. Because if we don't appreciate us, nobody else will either. So it's time for us to start appreciating everything that we've got done to get to the burnout point, and also appreciate the bodies that we're in right now, the minds that we're working with, enough to rejuvenate them. Okay? Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Next up, let's look at Sagittarius. All right, so Sagittarius, Ace of Pentacles showing up here. Boop-a-da-doo, boop-a-da-doo. Sagittarius, you have some kind of new opportunity opening up to you because none of the competition can hold a candle to you on some type of situation in your life, whether that's a personal situation or an employment situation or a business situation or whatever. Good for you. Capricorn, Queen of Swords showing up in reverse. Ha ha. Capricorn, what is happening here? Capricorns, I think you're recognizing that you've had your energies kind of scattered all over here, there, and everywhere. And you're calling an end to that today. You're like, nope, I'm going to focus on the priorities now. Aquarius. Aquarius, strength card in reverse. What do we have going on here? Very similar to someone we had earlier, where there's some type of competition that you're involved in, but nobody else really holds a candle to you. And you're like, who, me? I'm the outstanding competitor? How did that happen? Like you don't even understand your own strength. Okay. Now, Aquarius, next up is Pisces. Four of Cups in reverse. So, Pisces, this is basically telling me that you've hit some kind of burnout point today and you're recognizing that this is disappointing. You had plans, you had other things that you were going to do along the lines of what you've gotten burnt out on, but you're also recognizing, well, I just can't, just can't. And so you are doing something else. You're looking at what's the other things I could do? What are the other opportunities I have in front of me? So doing something else. All right. That's a very healthy, good thing to do when we hit burnout, right? Do something else. So thank you guys very much for being here with me today. I do appreciate all of your precious time. Thank you also for putting a thumbs up on this video and for sharing it out with others and putting comments down below. All of that stuff does help this video get out to the world more, and I appreciate that. And everybody have a fantastic day. Of course, some of you I'll read for a little bit later, either on the phone or on the internet. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.